Ladies and gentlemen, you're seeing a protest for Ralph Yall in Kansas City. But over the last several weeks, Americans have been shooting strangers and neighbors and anybody that is really doing something that should not be a threat. So, why is this happening? You know? And they're saying fear. I don't think it's all fear, though. I'm just saying, I don't believe this is all fear. So let's get into this one. Steve Bridges had parked his pickup truck at a Texas boot factory when he saw a man, a white man, maybe 55 to 60 years old, step out of a car beside him and slipped a gun under his belt. It was Friday afternoon, 3 days after two cheerleaders were shot for getting in the wrong car at a supermarket parking lot nearby. And wow, Bridges 53, a contractor, had tried to picture how these things are happening. It all goes back to fear. That's what they're claiming. I think it's way more than fear. Why are cheerleaders getting shot for opening the wrong door? Why is a grown man scared to go into a boot store without a weapon? What are these people so afraid of? Well, across the country this month, at least four men have opened fire on someone who stumbled upon their space, resulting in one death, two injuries, and a car pocked with bullet holes. Apparently, acts of aggression. So, I don't know, are all these people going to claim stand your ground? So, why did a 65-year-old man kill a young white woman? You remember they just pulled into a driveway in a rural community in upstate New York? Why did an 84-year-old man shoot a 16-year-old for mistakenly knocking on his door? Why did a 43-year-old man in South Florida alleged shoot a 19-year-old Instacart delivery driver and his 18-year-old girlfriend over the wrong address? So, the alleged high IQ experts say the easy availability of guns, misconceptions around stand your ground laws, the marketing of firearms for self defense, and a growing sense among Americans, particularly now they're saying Republicans, that safety in their backyard is deteriorating. Since 2020, the share of Republicans who said the crime is rising in their community has jumped 38% to 73%, according to the Gallup numbers. Among Democrats, the same concern climbed only 5% points to 42%, marking the widest partisan perception gap since the polling firm first were asked this question a half a century ago. So many of these people are concerned about community crime. I tell you what, if you are, more than likely those people are going to look like you. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. So the National Criminal Victimization Survey showed a number of people reporting different assaults, robbery, and other physical attacks overall are much lower now than it was in the 90s. And it has not increased in recent years, which goes along with a lot of the decrease in crime that you have seen in America. I mean, that is a fact. There's less crime going on, not more. But they'll say more just to justify bringing in more cops and bringing in this, because they just want to keep everything going. They kick up situations, they don't de-escalate at all. So, homicides and thefts, however, rose during the pandemic. This is according to the Center for Disease Control Prevention data, though it's still not to the level that it was in the 90s. They said it was still far worse in the 90s. Post analysis, meanwhile, found that states with Stand Your Ground had a 55% higher homicide by firearm. So, putting Stand Your Ground in place actually made homicides worse. So, I don't really think Stand Your Ground was a necessity. What was wrong with what you had on the books already? So shooting got worse since Stand Your Ground was put in place. Mm-mm-mm. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. So crime in Central Texas County has ticked up in recent years, though less so that the national average in 2021, according to the most recent data available, the small city of Elgin reported a total of 13 violent offenses, which is up from 9 in 2020. Crime has gotten worse. So a lot of people really believe, crime has gotten worse, but they're saying actually it's better than the 90s. It was far worse then. So Andrew Lester, the 84-year-old white man, told officers he was scared to death earlier this month when he shot Ralph Yarls, a 16-year-old black teen who had been looking for his siblings and knocked on the wrong door in Kansas City. And people are saying it's paranoia and fear. And we heard his grandson do his interview, and he said, his grandfather was a racist. He said it in that interview. Mm-mm-mm. So the sheriff's department that, according to the latest data, both violent and property offenses in the area, they're talking about Kansas City, dipped from 2017 to 2021. So they're saying crime actually did not go up in that area where Andrew Lester lives in. Okay, so in the rural area of Hebron, New York, where Kevin Monahan gunned down Caitlin Gillis earlier this month after she and her friends actually accidentally pulled into his driveway. Residents of the town said they were in shock. Monahan, a contractor, had kept to himself, said George Flynn, 70-year-old Republican councilman. Flynn, he said Monahan, he said he was just one of those quiet people that kept to himself. So when this occurred, they said they were actually in shock that he even did it. But y'all, did you read his reaction when the police tried to take him in? He felt that he didn't do nothing wrong by shooting Caitlin. He felt he didn't do nothing wrong and he shouldn't have been arrested. They said he showed no remorse for killing that girl. None. Wow. Yeah, and I did hear about the Texas incident where people said they were trying to lay the baby down to sleep and they went next door to ask their neighbor to keep it down. Apparently, he would go outside and start shooting, and they just wanted him to keep it down. He went over there and killed them just for that. just for that. Boy, I tell you, America, now nobody can make a mistake, y'all. Make sure if you're going to visit somebody and and this is a person you never been to their house, you better double and triple and quadruple check before you get out of that car, cuz you walk up to the wrong door, these fools are going to come to the door with a damn gun. Or you mistake a car or a vehicle and somebody's going to kill you. These folks have lost their minds for real. But y'all, they said, remember, they said this all went up when stand your ground was put in place. And that tells me this ain't coming from the criminals. It's not coming from the criminals. It's coming from the people that got guns, that are paranoid. Y'all gonna have to tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.